Hello everyone, I am Crash Knife Fight, and welcome back for another installment of How to Be a Better Teammate. This time around, we will take a look at the Heavy class, which in my mind is often the unsung hero of the battlefield. Veteran BF2 players have dubbed it the Noob class because of its high durability and blasters that allow for a spray and pray style with a low learning curve. Nevertheless, the Heavy's abilities are extremely useful for successful team play and nearly indispensable in certain situations. And if you want your team to be successful, you should devote some time learning what the Heavy class has to offer. One of the Heavy class's greatest attributes is its role as the vehicle killer. Enemy vehicles in BF2 are often a nuisance to your team. Armor, starfighters, and speeders can prevent progress on objectives or break your team's defense, and the Heavy's ion weapons are the best counter. Many of you may remember the epic ion torpedo buff over the summer that would absolutely slay AT-STs. The nerf made it somewhat underpowered, but the 3-shot magazine is still sufficient to destroy smaller vehicles and take a good chunk out of larger ones. You may even get lucky and take out a starfighter from time to time. And let's not forget that it will also destroy blaster turrets. The ion turret and its ridiculous range will also help keep pesky vehicles at bay. I will often equip both the ion turret and the ion torpedo when playing the Heavy just to make sure that there is at least one player focused on keeping enemy vehicles from creating chaos. The point here is that your team has to pay attention to those vehicles, and the Heavy is the best equipped to do so. I have played as AT-STs on Crate on a number of occasions where the opposing team offered no challenge. I did not encounter any ion turrets or ion torpedoes to slow me down and wound up with 40+ kill streaks, and our team absolutely steamrolled the other team. On the other hand, I have tried to play as an AT-ST only to be met with a barrage of torpedoes and ion turret fire that prevented me from supporting my team. It's not a glamorous role to assume, but serving in this role can help secure victory. Moreover, the only way your team will win on Geonosis as the droid army is if you have enough teammates using ion weapons to destroy the clone's AT-TEs. The ion turret ion torpedo combo is a great choice on that map. Beyond the Heavy's ion weapons, the class offers several abilities that add some versatility. The combat shield can help you lead the team as you push onto objectives, as well as helping you push tight spaces on hallways. The sentry mode is great for providing area defense by cleaning out hallways and also taking a chunk out of vehicles. The explosive sentry ability card in particular is really popular among Heavy players and adds quite a punch to an already decent weapon. It's definitely worth checking out. The Heavy's grenade choices, however, are somewhat underwhelming. The impact grenade, obviously, detonates on impact with any object, and if nothing else, it's good for a last-ditch effort for a cheap kill. The barrage is relatively effective in tight spaces, and the detonite charge is effective in defensive situations, particularly in those circumstances where you can plant it on a choke point or on an objective. What the grenades lack in potency, they make up for in versatility. The Heavy has a decent assortment of abilities to mix and match for a number of scenarios. The blasters, unfortunately, lack variety, and you can't really call any of them effective beyond close range relative to the choices available to the other classes, except perhaps for the FWMB-10K or the DC-15LE with the reduced recoil mod. That's not to say the Heavy's blasters are not effective, but you may find yourself swapping out blasters more often to match the scenario and terrain. When it comes to being a good teammate, the Heavy player has a lot to offer. Defensively, the class will use suppressive fire and their sentry mode to help hold points, while barrage or detonite charges can aid in dissipating the enemy's push toward the objective. Offensively, the Heavy can use the combat shield to go on point and lead the way to objectives, and the sentry mode can force defenders to keep their head down and provide cover fire as your team pushes. Lastly, and just as importantly, the Heavy's ion weapons can help keep vehicles from harassing your team. Getting the most out of the Heavy class relies substantially on picking the right abilities, star cards, and blasters to match the situation. Knowing what your team is going to face and planning accordingly will help a lot. So that's all I have for now, folks. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos coming soon.